From Sanchez Studios in Miami, this is Disney Jeopardy! Introducing today's contestants. She is an anteater who may not know about herself, but her beauty is more lovely than ever before. Here's Annalisa. He's one kind of a goat who knows that his goats are rough, but he knows exactly what to do. Please welcome Billy, and our returning champion. She knows about her lifestyle, but as an alligator, her name says it all. Welcome again, Alli, whose one day cash winnings total $2,624. And now, here is the host of Disney Jeopardy, Astrobot. Hey! Thanks so much, y'all. Hello, and welcome to Disney Jeopardy. We're glad you're with us today because it is episode 2 of the show, and we're so happy you're with us today. Thank you for being with us today. It is a pleasure to have you with us. So, let's get into it, shall we? In our series premiere, episode 1, we saw Alli come back from behind after a correct response in Final Jeopardy to bring home an impressive prize, $2,624 to start her career as Disney Jeopardy champion. Today, she's back against 2 new challengers, Billy and Annalisa, who hope to dethrone her from the champion's throne. Will it happen? Let's find out. But first, a refresher of the rules. Disney Jeopardy rules are as follows: 5 categories on the board, each with 5 clues, ranging from $200 to $1,000. At the end of the 25 clues, there will be a Final Jeopardy round. All $200 clues will be given first, then $400, $600, $800, and $1,000. Correct answers earn you money. But so if you get a correct response, so if you get the response correct, they'll get the money on the board for the board. But be careful, incorrect responses will cost you money. So if you get it wrong, you'll lose that amount from the board. The contestant with the most amount of cash at the end of the game will be today's Disney Jeopardy champion, and will play again in the next game. Hoping it's Alli, who is going to become a 2-day champion. No doubt about that, and everything's going to be happier than usual, so let's see how it turns out to be. As I present to you your categories for episode 2. The categories are trains, name that pirate, which in that category we'll give you a catchphrase. We'll give you a catchphrase. You have to identify which pirate says that. That's followed by California. No Luck With Us, which is a theme park category. You have to identify the theme park attraction that has been defunct. And finally, OMG shoes. We'll give you a screenshot or image of a shoe. You have to identify who wears that shoe. Got it? Good. And with that, here is the board. You're all set, ready to go. And we're going to start these off with trains for 200. A grand circle tour around the happiest place on Earth. Billy, what is Walt Disney's Carousel of Progress? Good guess, Billy, but that is incorrect. I'm sorry. Anybody else? Alli, what is the Disneyland Railroad? Yes, Alli, that is correct. Well played, Alli. But before I continue, Billy, I'm sorry, you got negative $600, but we're not at $600 yet, so I had to make a correction here. There we go. That's much better. Anyways, so I put $400 back into your total, so you're now at negative $200. I'm sorry for the correction here, but that's okay. Mistakes can happen all the time. Anyways, with that out of the way, let's continue. Here's Name That Pirate for 200 for the very first time. My tremendous intuitive sense of the female creature informs me that you are troubled. Billy, who is Long John Silver? No, Billy, you're wrong again. Sorry to say this, but you're also incorrect. Anybody else? Annalisa, who is Captain Jack Sparrow? Yes, Annalisa, you got it. That's the correct response, and with that, you got $200 on the board. Now we got California for 200. Here it is right now. The original Disney hang gliding simulator. Annalisa, what is California Screamin'? Well, you had $200, but now I have to take $200 away from you because you are incorrect. Sorry about that, Annalisa. Anybody else? Alli, what is Grizzly River Run? Good guess, Alli, but you're also incorrect. I'm sorry. Your chance at this, Billy. Billy, what is Soarin' Over California? There we go. That's what we were looking for here. Because you are correct. Well played, Billy. Now here's No Longer With Us for 200. A spectacular journey into the movies. Billy, what is Muppet Vision 3D? I'm sorry, no, that is incorrect. That's too bad, Billy. Anybody else? Alli, what is the backlot tour? Another good answer, Alli, but unfortunately that is also incorrect. Your chance at this, Annalisa. Annalisa, what is the Great Movie Ride? That's what we were looking for. Good job, Annalisa. You have $200 back into your total. Well played. And with that, here's OMG Shows for 200. Alli, who is Cinderella? You are correct, Alli. You're out of the hole for now as we come to the end of the $200 round. Well, another $200 round has come to an end. But how well do our contestants know? We are about to find out. Let's take a look at the scores. Going into the $400 round. So as we take a look at the scores, we have Annalisa, who's in the lead with $200. So so she's in first place. In second place, Alli, our returning champion, has $0. So she has yet to come on the board. And in third place, unbelievable, Billy has negative $400. He has a lot of catching up to do as we enter the $400 round. Off we go to the $400 round, and it starts with trains for $400. This here's the wildest ride in the wilderness. Billy, what is Big Thunder Mountain Railroad? Yes, Billy, that is correct. Good job, Billy. You're out of the hole for now. Now we move on to Name That Pirate for $400. You best start believing in ghost stories, Mrs. Turner. You're at 1. Alli, who is Elizabeth Swann? That was a good guess, Alli, but unfortunately it's incorrect. Anybody else? Annalisa, who is Hector Barbosa? You are correct, Annalisa. Good job on the correct response. And now here's California for $400. For the 1993-94 NHL season, Disney converted the Mighty Ducks from a film franchise to a professional hockey team. They continue to play in this California city. Billy, what is Anaheim? Good for $400. You're on the board again, for now. Moving on to No Longer With Us, here it is again for $400. This holiday spectacle lit up the streets of America at Disney's Hollywood Studios until 2016. Alli, what is the Osborne family spectacle of dancing lights? You are correct, Alli. You're back to 0, but you still got a lot of catching up to do. Finally, here's OMG Shoes for $400. Billy, who is Woody? Woody from Toy Story is correct. Good job, Billy. You now have $800 as we come to the end of the $400 round. Ooh, I love games. Can I play games? Never mind. I'm just a bot. A poor Lily bot. Anyways, let's check out the scores. As you can see, Billy is taking the lead. He has $800. So he is in first place. In second place, Annalisa has $600, so she has a lot of catching up to. And our defending champion, Alli, has no money on the board. She has yet to get some money yet. As we move on to the $600 round. Let's kick off the $600 round with trains again for $600. Kicked a Disney's Hollywood Studios classic to the curb. Billy, what is Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway? Yes, Billy, it is correct. Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway is what we're looking for, so you now have $1,400. Now we move on to Name That Pirate for $600. Do you fear death? Alli, who is Elizabeth Swann? Oof, sorry, Alli, but you're incorrect. That's too bad. Anybody else wants to come up with the correct response? Annalisa, who is Captain Jack Sparrow? That is also incorrect, Annalisa. So you're back down to 0. Billy, you got a chance at this. Billy, who is Davy Jones? Davy Jones is the one, so now you got 2,000 on the board. Good job. And now here's California for $600. Home to the headquarters of the Walt Disney Company. Annalisa, what is Anaheim? Sorry, but no, that is incorrect. Anybody else wants to come up with the correct response? Billy, what is Burbank? Correct again for $600, so you now have $2,600. Wow, you might be a new Disney Jeopardy champion at the end of the show, but who knows what time will tell. And now here's No Longer With Us for $600. Norway's spirit has always been and will always be adventure. Billy, what is Maelstrom? Correct again for another $600, and now you have $3,200. Wow, this game's getting closer by the minute, folks. Now let's close out this round with OMG shoes. For the final time is for 600. Annalisa, who is Pocahontas? That was a good guess, but unfortunately that is incorrect. Anybody else? Billy, what is Hercules? We were looking for who is Hercules, but yes, we will accept your answer. You are correct, and you now have $3,800, closing out the $600 round. And with that, we're just getting started. We have 50 clues down, but 10 more to go, plus Final Jeopardy. Let's take a look at the scores. At the end of the $600 round, Billy has a big lead. He has $3,800. Wow, that is a lot of money for Billy. He might be a champion in no time. Alli, our returning champion, at $600, so she's in second place, as negative $600, so she is in second place, and in third place, Annalisa has negative $1,200, negative $1,200, so she's got a lot of catching up to do. We move on to the $800 round. Before we continue, we just had to make a side note here. Billy has swept the entire $600 round. It is a Disney Jeopardy first. A contestant has finally swept an entire round with the same dollar value as Billy. This is the first time we have seen this here on Disney Jeopardy. So congratulations, Billy. You have swept the entire $600 round. Anyways, now on to the $800 round. We start again with trains for 800. A 7-minute, 1.2-mile journey to the land of preservation and conservation of animals. Annalisa, what is Kilimanjaro Safaris? Oof, that was a good guess, but I'm sorry, that is incorrect. So you're down to negative 2,000. You dig deeper into the hole. Anybody else wants to come up with the correct response? Alli, what is Rafiki's Planet Watch? Another good guess, but also incorrect. Your chance at this, Billy. Billy, what is Wildlife Express? And that is correct, Billy. Wow, yeah. Your earnings just keep growing bigger and bigger. You now have 4,600. And now here's Name That Pirate for 800. How is it we could never meet without you pointing something at me? Billy, who is Angelica? You are correct again. You now have 5,400, Billy. Wow, your streak just keeps on going. Let's hope it continues. Billy has a big lead right now as we move on to California again, this time for 800. Here it is. Head to the Walt Disney Family Museum the next time you're in this California gem. Alli, what is San Diego? No, too bad, that is incorrect. I'm sorry. Anyone else wants to come up with the correct response? Billy, what is San Francisco? Yes, Billy, you are correct again. You now have 6,200. And you might sweep another round. Unbelievable. Let's see how this turns out as we move on to our next category. And that category is no longer with us for 800. Here it is right now. Mechanical issues plague this ambitious attraction that attempted to replace Disneyland's People Mover. Annalisa, what is Tomorrowland Speedway? No, Annalisa, I'm sorry, but that is incorrect. Anybody else wants to come up with a correct response? Alli, what are rocket rods? Yes, and long last are already champion finally got it correct. Yes, rocket rods is the correct response. And with that, you now have negative 1,400. But as we're down to our final clue of the $800 round. Let's close out this $800 round for one final time in OMG shoes. Billy, who is Elsa? Yes, that is correct, Billy. You got it. So that's how you play. You now have 7,000 as we come to the end of the $800 round. This is it. We're almost at the end. 5 more clues to go before we come to Final Jeopardy. Anything can happen in here. So if you're ready, things are about to go for the better. Let's take a look at the scores before we head into the $1,000 round. So as we approach the $1,000 round, Billy has $7,000. He is currently in the lead. Alli, not far behind. She is in second place. She is our defending champion. She is in second place with minus 14,000. Yeah, with negative 1,400. And Annalisa is in third place. She has negative 2,800. Both female contestants are in the red. But in the end, it was Billy who's still on top as we head into the $1,000 round. Speaking of which, it's finally time for the $1,000 round. You know what to do. Hit it! That's right, it is time for the $1,000 round. The suspense is killing. The next 5 clues are about to get tougher and thrilling, so be prepared. These are the final 5 clues before Final Jeopardy, so get ready for it. It is finally time to start the $1,000 round. It all begins with trains for one final time. Designed by Disney legend Bob Gurr, this futuristic train ride existed for less than 2 years in the late 1950s, before being replaced by the Disneyland monorail. Annalisa, what is the People Mover? No, Annalisa, I'm sorry, that is incorrect. Anybody else wants to come up with the correct response? Alli, what is the Violiner train of tomorrow? Yes, Alli, that is correct. The Violiner train of tomorrow no longer exists. Today is known as the Disneyland monorail, so with that, you now have negative 400. And with that, the trains category is gone. Moving on, we have Need That Pirate for the final time. It is for 1,000. Here's the clue. The trick is living with yourself forever. Alli, who is Elizabeth Swann? That is not it, I'm afraid. Anybody else wants to come up with a correct response? Billy, who is Davy Jones? That too is also incorrect. I'm sorry. You're back down to 600. Your chance at this, Annalisa. Annalisa, who is Captain Teague? You are correct. Good job, Annalisa. You're getting closer to getting out of the hole, but you still have a lot of catching up to do. Moving on to California, here it is for one final time for 1,000. The fictional Hollywood Tower Hotel was a star in its own right. That is, until a stormy night long ago that led to 5 elevator passengers entering the Twilight Zone. What year was it? Annalisa, what is 1959? Good guess, unfortunately, but that's incorrect. Too bad. Anybody else? Alli, what is 1939? Yes, that is correct. Good job, Alli. You're back to negative 400 with 2 clues left. For the final time, here's No Longer With Us for 1,000. The original concept for this infamous attraction was to turn guests into celebrities and have them evade the paparazzi in a high-speed chase. The finished product became known as one of Disney's worst ever. Alli, what is Grizzly River Run? Well, you had negative 400, but you're back down to negative 1,400 because you are incorrect. I'm sorry, Alli. Anybody else? Billy, what is Superstar Limo? Yes, Billy, that is correct. Superstar Limo is one of Disney's worst attractions ever. So therefore, it's No Longer With Us. So you're back up to 7,000. And now, the final clue before Final Jeopardy. This is OMG Shoes for the final time for 1,000. Here it is. Annalisa, who is Jessica Rabbit? Well, she is from the correct film, but unfortunately that is not what we're looking for, so therefore you are incorrect again, Annalisa. Anybody else? Alli, who is Roger Rabbit? Well, that's what it tells us, Alli. Who framed Roger Rabbit? Therefore, you are correct! So you finish with negative 400 as we come to the end of the main game before Final Jeopardy. Wow, this is just the beginning for everyone, but now it all comes down to this, the big one, Final Jeopardy. Before we get to that, let's take a look at the scores. So as you can see, Billy has a big lead. He has $7,000 going into Final Jeopardy. Annalisa and Alli, unfortunately, will not. But, because Annalisa has minus 4,800 and Alli has minus 400. But don't worry, I can fix it up no matter what. Watch this. There we go. Now, I made Alli and Annalisa's scores positive again, and I added $1,000 to each of their scores. So with that, your new totals are Billy with $8,000, Annalisa with $5,800, and Alli with $1,400. And with that, it is time for the moment of truth. It is time for Final Jeopardy. This will determine who will become today's Disney Jeopardy champion. The category today is films. Players, if you think you know your knowledge about Disney films in general, well, get ready, because it's about to get wild. Please make your wagers now. Alright, players, your time is up. Let's see how well you did when it comes to your films. How big is that? Anyways, enough talk. Let's get into the fun stuff, shall we? It's time to close out Disney Jeopardy Episode 2 with the category of films in Final Jeopardy. Here is your clue. Disney hosts more than 70,000 people in the middle of New York City's Central Park for the premiere of this film, released in the Renaissance era. You have 30 seconds, players. Good luck. Okay, players, your time is up. Let's see how well you did when it comes to your films. So, let's get started, shall we? Alli, we come to you first. You are the reigning champion. You're in last place. Let's see what you put down as your response. What is Pocahontas? And yes, that is correct! Yes, the New York Central Park have hosted the premiere of Pocahontas, which is a good one. It was released... No, besides, it was released in 1995, so therefore, your response is correct. Alli, let's see how much are you going to add to your total. You're going to add $1,208 to your total. Unbelievable. Let's add that to your total. So you currently sit in third place with $2,608, but let's hope Annalisa can take it away from you. Let's hope it's Pocahontas. Let's find out. Annalisa has a good amount of money as she had entered Final Jeopardy. What did she put down her response? What is Hercules? No! I'm sorry, Annalisa, but that is incorrect. Let's see how much it's going to cost you. It'll cost you $4,701. Ouch, that's a big wager. Let's deduct that from your total. So you're going to finish in third place with $1,099. Annalisa, that's not the way it's supposed to say. But, however, Billy, you might not get caught. You have $8,000. Let's see if you're right. So Billy has $8,000 entering Final Jeopardy. What did he put as his response? His response was, it has to be Pocahontas. What is the Hunchback of Notre Dame? And that also is incorrect. No! It all depends on your wager. Did you go big or did you go small? You went big! $6,566. No way! Ouch, that's not good. Let's deduct that from your total. So with that big wager, Billy drops down to $1,434. But that's not enough because with $2,608, Alli remains the Jeopardy champion. Alli is still the Disney Jeopardy champion. Congratulations! So with that, today's Disney Jeopardy champion is once again Alli, who came from behind from third place all the way to first place to win the game, and now she is a 2-day Disney Jeopardy champion. Her total is now $5,232. And that means she'll be back in episode 3 to compete against 2 new challengers next time. And with that, we come to the end of this episode of Disney Jeopardy. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you saw, please leave a like and consider subscribing to our channel so you don't miss a new video from us as we're on the road to 5,600 subscribers. With all that being said, thank you so much for watching. For me, I'm Astrobot, signing off for Disney Jeopardy. Like and subscribe. We'll see you in another video. Laters!